All right, so here we go. Here's the next section. Now, let me remind you, some of you just joined just a minute later. Even though we are not halfway point, this Saturday will be a session where we'll do a little bit accountability. Uh, I'm not trying to scare you. All I'm trying to do is just try to tell you that for you to get value, I want to make sure that you have done all or most of the things that we've done so far. All right. So by this Saturday, we need to have some of these things done, or at least you have started on them. All right. And I know there's some of them, for some of you, you're starting from scratch, or maybe you want to redo them. It's okay. I just want to make sure by Saturday, we are going to talk about the things. What have we done? What have we not done? What is the problem? So I can help you, because my goal is to actually get you results. All right. So in the bulletproof system, in this program, there are seven. All right. This includes your website, CRM, email marketing software, phone and text messaging software, Calendly, Zoom, and automation. If you already have some of these, good. Just check it off. But you do need at least these to do your business efficiently. This is what I have. This is what I use for my business. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it. Again, I don't want you to spend more money than you need to. If it comes down to it, I have a VA. She's in the Philippines. She helps me manage all of this process. Um, we can arrange, you don't have to, like I said, and she can help set some of these things for you. Obviously, she has to be compensated for her time. If you don't need that, that's okay. But I'm just throwing it out there. We can help you. All right. So number one is the website. So let's start with that. Here are the top suggestions for your website. And here's the reason why I'm talking about website. Decide what is the main purpose of your website. It's very simple, right? But most people say, well, my website has everything about me. I have 5 businesses and each page has different businesses. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. If you go to my website has only one purpose. It is designed for private money lending. So from the first page, the video that runs, to the second, third, fourth, I have other things, but they all tie into private money lending, raising private capital. In other words, the one that I'm targeting is a potential private money lender. Does that make sense? So if you have a multi-purpose website, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling you that it dilutes the effectiveness, but it still can be used. So as long as it's real estate investment related and you talk about different things, you can still you can do that. All you have to do is have um, a web page on your website that is dedicated to private money lending. Do you see that? And anytime you have a potential, always send them to that page. This is a classic mistake. Do not do this mistake. If you have a multi-purpose website and you talk about other things, wholesaling, blah, 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 and you have a private money lender and you send them to your homepage, it's the biggest mistake you can make. Everybody's busy. I mean, you guys are taking midday time to come on this call, right? I mean, you had to find time to do this, right? Think about all these private money lenders. If they show interest, the fact they went out their way to show interest, and then you're sending them to a generic page which doesn't talk about what they should be doing, which means you're telling them that now they have to do more work to find the relevant information on your website. That's so lame, right? So don't do that mistake. Either have a dedicated page or have a dedicated website. So my website is dedicated. So people who go to my website, conversion is pretty good because as soon as they go, it's all relevant. It's all designed. I know where to send them. If I've already had a conversation with them, I know which page I can send them on. Okay. So if you have an existing website, offer a variety of service, then you should have a dedicated page, like I said. In all cases, this is the second most important thing. I see this mistake. Oh my God. People have websites, their contact page doesn't work. And nobody tells them. Because why would somebody who is a prospect go out of their way to call them, hey, by the way, just letting you know your contact page doesn't work? They're not going to do that. And you won't know. So it is your job to make sure that everything works on your website, especially the contact page. So I test this multiple times. whenever contact pages are created on the website. If you don't know where to start, we can help you. My website was developed on Square, and the reason why it was developed on Square is because Square is a um, credit card processing service, and it embeds directly to their website. So if you make a payment, the backend is already connected. That's why I use it. You don't have to use it. But Square has a free version, which means without connecting your domain, you don't even have to pay anything. You can design your website for free, square.com. But if you connect your domain, then it's $29 a month. And the domain could be $1 a year or $20 depending on what you're looking for. But like I said, if you have a website, you're good. Next is CRM. All right, so you don't need a new CRM for raising private capital if your existing CRM works. Don't overthink it. This is very simple. There's a whole bunch of CRMs out there that are free. Ensure to set up your workflow so that you are this is the main purpose of your CRM is to capture prospects and leads on a consistent basis. Because what's going to happen is you might think, oh yeah, so and so called me, and you'll say, I'll keep track of it because they're only 10 or 15. Well, guess what? Over a period of time, you'll have people coming in through various funnels. Somebody will call you, somebody will email you, and then you lose track. And it's your problem that you lost track, that you didn't follow up with them. All right. So you will always have prospects who are hot leads, who are ready to make a decision. Those are very small percentage, but that they are there. But a vast majority of the people who are interested, but they're not ready yet. So where do they go? They go into a CRM. And you need to keep track of them. You need to know which is a hot prospect, which is a warm lead, which is a cold lead. And that's what you do in a CRM. So your CRM should allow you to create basic web forms, like just a form that you can embed on your website. That will allow your contacts from your web form directly connect into your CRM. There's other ways of doing it, but that would be the easy way. Some CRMs have limited automation, like sending a follow-up email. That's great if you have that in your CRM. One of the most important purpose of your CRM is the ability to sort your prospects based on the status. I do this all the time. You will have prospects who have expressed interest, but then you send them multiple emails, calls, and they've never said anything. That's the time you change the status of that lead. You still keep them, but you change the status. What it does is when you do your email marketing, and let's say you're doing a workshop or some webinar, you want to invite all the people. And so you want to decide at that point, which type of leads you want to invite. So if you don't know where to start, you can start with Podio. I use Podio. There is a free version and there's a paid version, which is $12 a month with some limited automation. Email marketing software. Again, this is the most important part of your system, but it's not necessarily urgent. So let me repeat that this part is not urgent if you don't want to, go into all of this and you're not good at email marketing software. Because what's going to happen at some point, you will automate your entire process, which means your leads are up there and then they are what we call drip marketing, which means they are getting emails every couple of weeks, right? And then you never know. People have gotten back to me after months after they had initially reached out to me by getting one of my emails and saying, I'm interested now. What's the next step? Um, Email marketing is the best way to keep your prospect up to date with the projects that you're working on. And also, you can use this to educate your prospects. So let's say they are prospects who just need more information. This is the best way. You pre-written content and they're getting this over a period of time. There's a free version of MailChimp you can use. I use MailChimp, but there's a whole bunch of out there. If you have essentials, then it's $13 a month. Phone and text messaging service. Again, if you want to use your phone, your cell phone, feel free, no problem. I just don't like the idea of not having a dedicated professional line because on my website, the number that's listed is a dedicated phone line for my business. I don't use for anything else, text messaging and all that, right? So if you already have a dedicated line for your real estate business, great, you can use that. If not, that having a dedicated line is useful. I use Slyphone. It's a virtual service. Works really good. It's very affordable. One of the most affordable plans that I've found out there. Um, it is an app that sits on your phone and rings, has a separate ringer, so you'll know that somebody's calling that line. You see what I? So the best thing is I can I can then simply, only take calls from the people I want to. I can just disregard all other kind of people. But this is a very good solution. So it's a slyphone.com. The plan is $50 a year. You get unlimited inbound calls, texts, and 100 free outbound credits a month. I 99% of the time I don't use it for outbound calls at all. I only use it for inbound, right? That's what the main purpose is. I do send text messages from that line. Calendly is one of the most important tools that you're going to have in your system. You have to have a Calendly account. There's a free version. Use the free version till you need to have a paid version. I don't really see any reason for you to have a paid version at this point, but it's very important. The way I do my presentations, you're going to have a hard time scheduling a meeting with a potential private money lender. You're going to ask them what day they want. You're going to go back to your calendar and it's going to go back and forth, right? With Calendly, you have a link. Tell them, hey, just choose a day and time that works for you. Boom, it's done. Plus, Calendly directly connects with Zoom, which is the next system I'm going to talk about. And this is the fundamental of how you're going to set up your appointments. Yes, you're going to meet them face to face. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. I like all my private money lenders are out of state, so this is what I would use. Zoom, again, the very most important thing that you're going to use because you're going to use Zoom actually to make the presentation. I'm doing using Zoom right now, right? So there is a free version. The only limitation with that is it's only 40 minutes. So if you're okay with that, you can make your presentation in 40 minutes, or you can work around it. You don't need an upgraded version. It took me a few years before I upgraded. So there are a whole bunch of things that you can do with an upgraded version. But you definitely need Zoom. So the way I'm teaching you with the pitch deck and everything, you need Zoom, you need Calendly. If you don't have these accounts, set them up. Both, like I said, you can start with free versions. Automation. Again, this is not something that is urgent or even necessary, but what it does, it makes your workflow efficient. So you can create simple automation to save you time with your prospect. Automation software like Zapier is what I use. It works with all online-based software. When I say all, I mean like most of them. So that includes your email software, that includes your Gmail. If you're using Gmail, if you're using MailChimp, it'll connect with that. It'll connect with your CRM. It'll connect with your Calendly. It'll connect with Zoom. It connects with everything. So you can do amazing level of automation. It's blowing, right? So there is a free version you can get. You want to test with it. It's 100 tasks, very limited, but still you can test it out. Again, this is not urgent or necessary, but this will, as you grow, will help your business. All right, so I'm going to give you two examples of when I use my systems and the workflow, how you can actually efficiently do this. So this is a simple automation process. Number one, if somebody goes on your website and completes a form, what is that you want that contact information? How do you want it treated? Number one, your website was the one that captured your lead. So that is Square in my case. So that is the website I use, the portal. Number two, the contact information has to be added to my CRM. This has to happen automatically. So when they do this, that form that is on my website was created on my CRM. So I embedded that form on my website. So as soon as somebody clicks that, that form immediately goes to my CRM. My CRM is Podium. Next, I have some automation using Zapier that now captures that information from my CRM and sends it to a campaign in MailChimp, and that will drip market them for the next 3 months. They're going to get messages from me. This is regardless of me picking up the phone and calling them, right? This is all happening in the background. All right. And then finally in MailChimp, in the campaign, they'll get a welcome email by saying, well, thank you for your interest. In the next couple of months, you're going to be hearing from me, and just look forward to, being in our audience. So this is example of one automation. Here's an example of a little more something that I do almost every day. It has to do with private money lenders. A private money lender, you're going to share your Calendly link with them, and so you don't have to back and forth with them. Your calendar is already linked, so the Calendly knows what days and times are you're available. This is using your website or your Calendly link. Your prospect chooses a date, sets up a meeting that connects with Zoom. Now they have a Zoom meeting ID and password. Uh, if you have a Zoom, I believe if you have a Zoom upgraded account, Zoom sends them a reminder. Hey, just to let you know, you have a meeting coming up. You can set up several reminders. I have a reminder that goes 24 hours before their meeting. Then I have a reminder go an hour before their meeting. It just minimizes the chance that there are no show. All right. So this is a way for you to know how the automation will work. This is just an example. All right. So when your systems are working together, this is how your automation will work.